So every now and then I probe you guys for video ideas. I want to make content that you guys would enjoy. So you guys usually mention something about music, and I threw this idea together. So if you guys do enjoy it, I do have some extra parts, or like some more parts to this series, mini series, whatever, limited series you want to call it. I do have some more parts planned out. So if you guys do enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment with any feedback or criticism you may have, so we can make it better. With that being said, welcome to Tristan's Spotify playlists.
Oh wow.
So the premise of this series is I'm just going to pick one of my Spotify playlists for every episode or whatever, seeing how many we do. But I will just click shuffle and go through the first 5 probably songs that show up, and it'll give you guys a sense of the playlist itself. We'll do like a little snippet, copyright allowing of course. I'm not sure if that will work out for every one of them. Talk about the music, give you guys the vibe of the playlist, and of course the playlist will be in the description if you guys want to listen to it yourself or follow it or check out some of my other playlists before we talk about them, or recommend a playlist for a video. I'm not sure. But with that being said, we will jump into it with our Sad Boys playlist. So like I said, this is the Sad Boy playlist, and I believe this started late 2015, early 2016, somewhere around there. And same goes for a lot of the playlists, because I just got Spotify like the end 2015. So I started a lot of them around then, and then I've just continually been adding on to them. So you will see a lot of older, like by now throwback songs, and then even before that I'd throw in some like classics. So you will see some variety in this playlist, as well as, or even more so, in some of the other playlists if we do end up diving into those. If you guys don't know, the Sad Boy movement was started by Young Lean, like way back, I don't know, early 2010s, around that time, 2012, somewhere around there. But he really pushed like the sad boy entertainment, like sad boy gear, stuff like that. But yeah, we'll hit shuffle and see what pops up. This playlist is around 10 hours long, so there are plenty of songs in here. So the first one is 90210 by Black Bear featuring Gerald Earl Gillum, G-Eazy. So this one obviously added back in the day when G-Eazy was more popular, but a lot of people will fault you for listening to G-Eazy, but I think the only thing worse than listening to G-Eazy is letting people dictate what you listen to because of what they think is cool. That being said, it's definitely a phase that I have moved away from, but I still listen to a ton of Black Bear. This song itself definitely fits into like the sad, heartbreaky song. I think it talks about people like moving away or something along those lines. But this place is kind of split, a lot of it is like heartbreaky, sad type stuff, and then there's definitely a good portion of just like depressed music where it doesn't necessarily focus on like a love interest or things along those lines. So we'll once again go back to the shuffle button, and this time we have Clouded by Breakins, which I actually just recently got into Breakins. I really started delving into the like white SoundCloud sad boy rappers. You got like Breakins, 93 Feet of Smoke, Garden, Gucci High Waters, all those people. So if you do actually check out the playlist, you'll see a lot of the recent songs are by them. And a common theme between these rappers, these like white boy SoundCloud rappers, and just this playlist especially, is how it relates to you. Like they try to make really relatable things. Like there's a breakup song about high school, about how the guy has moved on and he always remembers things back in high school. Gucci High Waters, I don't know if that one will come up, but
That's definitely been a bop lately.
anyway, I really like a lot of Breakins' stuff. You'll see very often he'll do kind of like these dramatic pitch changes where I think it's his voice just pitched like way high up. So it's kind of like almost towards more of a female sounding voice, where it's kind of like the squeaky noise, close to Alvin and the Chipmunks, but definitely not as annoying, but like on that high pitch of the spectrum. And then he also has like just kind of this sad tone where he usually uses. So it's cool to see those blended together. He'll do like a verse and then copy the verse, or do like a hook with that high pitched voice. I don't know, I think it blends well, and I think it's a cool sound. So I added that to the playlist, and it fits the sad boy vibe. Once again, we go to the shuffle button, and this time we have Staring at the Sky by XXX Tentacion. So this is from one of his posthumous albums, Postmortem, After Death, like one of the ones that the label released long after he passed away. I think this one came out almost a year after his death, like 8 months, I don't know, somewhere around there. But this released quite a bit after he passed away. And this one, Staring at the Sky, sometimes I confuse the title for Looking for a Star, I think it's called, which is probably my favorite X song. But this one is really cool. But he kind of has this lullaby. He even says it's a lullaby in the song. It's a very simple beat, nothing too complex, but it's really cool how he transitions from kind of singing this simple lullaby and then it turns into this screamo where it gets a lot more intense. But I really like how it's put together. It's a pretty short song, as a lot of his songs are, and really just seems like music is moving towards nowadays. But definitely one of my favorite songs off of that album. Number 4 in the shuffle, 22, or in parentheses Over Soon, by Bon Iver. Bon Iver, I think it's Bon Iver, but I don't know, I could be pronouncing it incorrectly. I really like this 22 song that he has on here. 715 Creeks is also very good, it's interesting that like the titles for this album, because 22 is the day I was born on, and then also 715 Creeks, the other song that he has on this album, is 715 is where I'm from. So it's kind of funny. And I also have currently 2 tattoos, and both of them reference those numbers. So cool ties to me, cool personal ties to the album, I suppose. Anyway, Bon Iver also has this kind of similar high-pitched singing that we talked about with Break-Ins. I think Break-Ins is a little more like explicit or like in your face. It definitely stands out a little bit more, where Bon Iver's is a little bit more polished and blends like better, more well into the songs. And I just want to say, like, you could probably tie that to a lot higher production for Bon Iver's stuff than Break-Ins is, where he's, Break-Ins is like pretty new SoundCloud rapper dude, and Bon Iver has all this credit. He's done work with Kanye multiple times and has like all these accolades. So, but yeah, it's in the Sad Boy playlist because I have personal ties, so I thought it was cool. And he talks about how it will all be over soon. So, Sad Boy. So last but not least, or maybe least, we'll have to see what the shuffle gods give to us for this 5th and final song from the playlist, as we hit the button to get Grown Up by Danny Brown. And I actually think this is like the 2nd song I put onto the playlist, but this definitely has like a different kind of sad, where I talked about it earlier, where we kind of have this category of like breakup sad songs where it talks about heartache and things like that. Then you also just have these songs where they talk about like depression and ending it all in terms of that. But this song is different, it's like a different kind of sad. It talks about growing up and how he looks back on life as a kid and kind of how it was simple. So I really like that. Classic Danny Brown, one of his better songs for sure. I was not a huge fan of the new album Danny Brown released, I want to say like a couple months ago, maybe like 3 months ago. I don't know, it could have been like a year ago by now with how time flies. Which actually ties into the song very well, rushing as a kid just to be grown up. So I guess that works out. So that pretty much wraps it up. Yeah, there was some G's in there. Maybe there's more. Go check it out. Go rip on it. Leave a comment how much you hate the playlist, how much you love the playlist maybe. And of course, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to let me know, because if you guys enjoy this, I will make more. This is easy. I really enjoy music. A lot of people have been telling me to make music or videos about music. Saying music videos sounds weird, but yeah, people have been telling me to talk about music. I really like music. I like music, movies, clothes. Those are probably my 3 biggest hobbies. So it's cool to try to work some of that stuff in, and I would love to keep making videos that you guys enjoy, and especially about things that I enjoy. As I stated in the beginning of this video, I do have several other playlists I could easily do this for, and I could also revisit a playlist because, like I said, this playlist is 10 hours long. I have one playlist that's 100 hours long, so I could easily do like a part 2 of it and we'd get 5 different songs. But I hope you guys did enjoy it. Once again, leave a like, whatever. I don't want to beg for it. But thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and enjoy the rest of whatever day it is I put this up. I'm not really sure. But thank you guys for watching. I'm out.